An object on computer that stores data, information, settings or commands used with a computer program. Here we are going to study text file and binary file in Python. In this video we are going to learn about file handling of text file handling in our programs. So what is a text file? Text file are special subset of binary files that are used to store human readable characters as a rich text document or a plain text document. Text files also stores data in sequential bytes, but bits in text file represent characters. Second point, it stores data in the form of ASCII characters or Unicode characters. Third, in Python, each line of text is terminated with a special character called EOL, end of line, which is the new line character in Python by default. So how do we open a file? In opening a file, the open method is used. It is used as follows. File is equal to open file name, comma, mode. Here file name is the name of the file to be opened, and the mode is what we want to do with the file, that is read, write, append, etc. By default the mode is R, that is we want to read the contents of a file in our program. We will read the content of a file which is already created. One thing more, the open method returns a handler to the file, means a such type of file pointer which will help us in reading or writing in the file. It will depend upon the mode what we have passed. So we will use this file handler for our basic operation. It can be any variable name. Here we have used the name this file. It can be any variable of Python. File opening modes. There are various modes of opening a file, such as first is R. R means open for reading. W mode is for writing. When we open the file for writing, all the previous content that is written in the file will be deleted. X is for open for exclusive creation, that is fails if the file already exists. As we have told that when we use the W mode, all the contents will be deleted if the file exists, and if the file is not present, a new file will be created. In X mode, open will fail if the file already exists. Next mode is A. What is A? A is for appending, means the file pointer will be placed at the end of file, and here we can add more contents at the end of the file. B is for binary file mode. T is for text file mode. This is default mode. And plus is for updating, reading and writing both. Plus operation can be used for reading and writing both. More on file modes. The default mode is R, that is when we use the open method and we do not specify any mode, then by default it will assume that we are opening the file for reading purpose only. And which type of file? Text file. Next, the modes W plus and W plus B open and truncate the file. Truncate means delete the contents of the file. The modes R plus and R plus B open the file without no truncation, means the contents will not be deleted, it will be opened only for reading purpose. Here is our first program to read a text file. First line is file is equal to open data.txt. Here data.txt is a file that contains some data, and Python will search for this file in the current directory in which the Python programs are being created. We have not given any path, so by default this file will be searched in the place where Python programs are already created. So if it finds their data.txt file, then it will associate this file pointer with this data.txt, and now we can perform reading operation in this data.txt. What do we do? File.read. Read is a method that is for fetching the data from the hard disk to the program. Read function will return entire contents of the file in string format of the whole file. Next line, what we are doing? Print str. We are printing the str that is read from the file, and now we are closing the file. What the output comes? Output comes, welcome students, welcome to my CS class, we will read file handling. So this is the content that is already written in the data.txt. So it gets fetched and gets printed. There are three functions through which we can perform the read function, means we can fetch data from a existing file in a text file. First is the read, which we have previously used in the example. Second method is the read line, and the third method is the read line methods. So we will see what is the difference. Read method, as we have already seen, will read the entire contents of the file if we do not pass an argument. Here we have written size. If we do not pass size, then it will read the entire contents, or if we give negative argument also, then it will read the entire contents of the file. If size is given, then the given number of bytes will be read from the file. Size is optional argument. Okay, size can be omitted. As we have already seen, when we will omit size, it will read entire contents of the file. When we have reached the end of the file, f.read will return an empty string. Okay. Next method is read line. Read line method is used for reading a line in a text file. As we have already seen that Python by default stores new line characters at the end of each file, each line. So the read line method will read one line at a time if we don't specify any argument to it. If we specify arguments to read line, means bracket में if we give size, read line bracket में size, then it will read that the specified number of bytes from the line. If we give more number of characters present in the line, then entire contents will be read. When we do not pass argument, then entire line will be read. One more difference: when we do not pass any argument to the read line, the file handler will automatically move to the next line for reading, and when we again perform the read line function, it will read the next line in the program. But if we pass arguments, integer arguments in read line method, then it will not go to the next line. When the first line is entirely read, the file pointer will go to the first line or beginning of the line. It will not go to the next line. Why do we use readline? We use readline method when the file is big. The last method is the readline method. Readline method is used for reading the entire contents of the file. One thing more, the readline method returned the read content in the form of string. The readline method reads the entire contents of the file and stores them in a list. What will it do? Readlines will read the entire contents of the file and store it in a list. It can be used for small size. Readlines can also have optional integer argument when we give it, but giving integer arguments doesn't change its character behavior. When we pass any integer, it will read lines. We will see small programs using readline and readlines. Now again we have used the same file data.txt. File is equal to open data.txt. Now file handler is now associated with data.txt. What do we do? File.readline. Then what it does? It prints welcome students, and there is one new line character in that file, so one space for that and for one space because of the print function also has the end as new line, so we are getting two new lines here. Again the second line, welcome to this line, the print read line will fetch welcome to my CS class. Third line will print what we will read, file handling. And the fourth line, because we have only 3 lines in the program, the fourth line, as I have told, will bring a empty string. So here an empty string will be there, so we are getting no output here. Next is the read line methods. Read line method, you see we are using the print file.readlines. What it does, it reads the entire contents of the file and stores it in a list. The line 1 will become list element 0, line 2 will become list element 1, and line 3 will become list element 2. So this is stored in the form of list. So we have read about the read lines and read line method. In the next video we will see how to write in a text file and how to search for a word or a line or a alphabet in a text file. Thank you.